Hi, my name is Kimberly Clark, and I just got back from filling this up with gas downtown. You may or may not have noticed that the gas prices are kind of crazy right now, and I am here to explain to you the effects of the various supply and demand shifters on gas prices. Gas is very necessary to do lots of things, like drive around and have fun. And as you can see in this video, we had a lot of fun making it, and we hope that you have a lot of fun watching it. First, we will discuss the effects of the various demand shifters on the prices of gas. The minimum wages went up, so you guys get some more money. Here's a stack of 100,000s for both of you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Another shifter of demand is income. So when people's income goes up, such as an increase in the minimum wage as you just witnessed, it causes the demand curve to shift to the right. When the minimum wage increases, then people have more money to buy more gas and to go on more trips and go more places, so they are more willing to buy more gas at each price. Therefore, the demand curve will shift to the right and demand will increase. The equilibrium price for gas will also increase. Sometimes people's incomes go down, like when the business isn't doing very good, so they don't have enough money to pay its workers, so their money just gets ripped out of their hand like this. And so they are less willing to buy gas at every price, so they stick to going to places with their cars that they need to go to, like to work or to church, or they even carpool. So there's going to be less gas demanded at every price. So therefore, the demand curve for gas will shift to the left, and the equilibrium price for gas will drop. Expectations is another demand shifter. Sometimes people have expectations for the future that affect their demand for gas. If they hear something, such as a fight going on in the Middle Eastern gas supplying countries, then they will have a tendency to buy more gas because they're afraid that the supply of it will shrink or the prices will raise very high. So they want to buy it now while they can get it at a reasonable price. So the increased amount of buyers will increase the equilibrium. So the increased amount of buyers will shift the demand curve to the right, and which will also increase the equilibrium price for gas. One of the demand shifters is the number of buyers in the market. When more buyers enter the market for gasoline, then the demand curve shifts to the right because there are more buyers willing to buy gasoline at each and every price. So therefore, the equilibrium price goes up. The number of buyers could increase when a proportionately high amount of people turn 16 and decide to get their license, then therefore they would have to buy gas. When buyers leave the market, then the price of gas decreases because there are less people in the market, so less people willing to buy gas at each price. Therefore, the equilibrium price drops, and then the sellers choose to charge a lesser price for the gas, and so the price of gas drops. And buyers would choose to leave the market when it is impractical to drive their car very often, so they would choose to walk instead, leaving just a few people in the market, so the price would have to decrease because not very many people in the market. When buyers leave the market, the demand curve shifts to the left because there are less people willing to buy gas at each price. Therefore, the equilibrium price of gas will decrease, and the overall sellers will choose to make the overall price of gas decrease. Another demand shifter is the price of related goods. Cars and gas are complements, which means if somebody buys a car, then they're more likely to buy some more gas. So if the price of cars decrease, then more people are probably going to go buy some cars. And then when they buy their cars, they're going to head over to the gas station and they're also going to buy some gas. So when the prices of cars decreases, the demand curve for gas is going to shift to the right. More people are going to be buying cars, more people are going to be buying gas, more people are going to be buying gas at every price, so the equilibrium price of gas will go up. So sellers will choose to. Gasoline cars and hybrid cars are substitutes, which means that when the price for one of them goes down, then the demand for the other one will go down. So if the price for hybrid cars goes down, then more people are probably going to go buy the hybrid cars than the gasoline cars because it's going to be cheaper for them. So the demand for gas is going to go down, and the demand curve for gas is going to shift to the left. So there's going to be less buyers for that at every price, so the equilibrium price is going to drop and the price will drop. Taste is also a demand curve shifter. It is proven that gasoline is bad for the environment, so some people may decide that they don't want to drive cars that take gasoline anymore. They may decide to go with E85 cars or hybrid cars, or they may just decide to walk everywhere or ride a bicycle or something. The tastes are not in favor of gasoline, and the demand curve will shift to the left, and the number of buyers at each price for gasoline will decrease, so the equilibrium price of gasoline will decrease if tastes decrease. Now, let's look at the effect of the various supply shifters on gas prices. Input prices is a supply shifter. If the cost of drilling for oil goes up, then suppliers will be willing to produce less oil because it's going to cost them more. So the supply curve will shift to the left. But if the cost of drilling for oil goes down, then suppliers will be able to produce more at a cheaper price, so they will be willing to produce more of it, and the supply curve will shift to the right. If it costs more for suppliers to produce gas, then the supply curve will shift to the left, and the equilibrium price will rise because there will be less gas produced at every price. If the cost of drilling for oil goes down and it's cheaper for the suppliers to produce the gas, the supply curve will shift to the right. When it shifts to the right, the equilibrium price will go down because there will be more gas produced at every price. The number of sellers is also a supply curve shifter. When the numbers of gas sellers in the market increases, then the supply curve will shift to the right because there will be more gas supplied at every possible price. And the equilibrium price will go down when there's more sellers because it will be less scarce and there will be more of it for every price. But if the number of sellers in the market for gas decreases, then the equilibrium price will go up because the demand curve will shift to the left and there will be less quantity of vacations is also a supply curve shifter. Suppliers know that people like to drive in the summer and go on vacations to lots of places. So they supply more gas to the market in the summer months. So they might put some gas in storage during the winter months and supply less to the market during winter months. So in the winter months, the supply of gas will be less, so the supply curve will shift to the left, causing the prices to be higher. But in the summer months, they will supply more to the market because they know there will be a higher demand for it, so the supply curve will shift to the left in the summer months, causing the equilibrium price to be lower. Technology is also a supply shifter. A method for refining oil is discovered that makes it twice as fast to refine 1 unit of oil. Then gas prices will decrease because more gas will be able to be produced at a lower cost, resulting in the supply curve being shifted to the right, therefore making the equilibrium price lower because more will be in the market and it will be less scarce. In conclusion, there are many things that can affect gas prices. Several things of the shift in demand can affect gas prices, such as an increase or decrease in a number of buyers, an increase or decrease in the income of consumers, change in the taste of consumers, a change in the expectations of consumers, or change in the price of related goods such as complements or substitutes. Several supply shifters can also affect the gas prices, such as expectations of the suppliers, number of sellers, input prices, and technology. I feel that gas prices will always continue to fluctuate and they will never stay the same because of changing in our society. Technology always gets better, the taste always changes. Buyers and sellers always leave the market and they also enter the market at all times. Everything that always goes on and changes the price of gas prices. I feel like it will always change and all of those factors will always be in play.